politics, corruption, conspiracy theories, and all of the rest. That's what we'll be talking about here on We Need to Talk. So let's dive on into it.
But I know the cool stealing. When it rigged an election, think that we wouldn't notice. You're about to find out what it's like now when you wake up sleeping, Johnny.
Welcome back to We Need to Talk, and today we're going to be talking about Eric Holcomb, the governor of Indiana, and a little bit about Ohio and Springfield and what's going on over there. So you guys have obviously been sharing my videos because I have 629 subscribers to date, and I really appreciate that. That is fantastic. I'm assuming you guys are sharing these videos, and yeah, so thank you so much. That is really awesome. Okay, let's dive into this. Governor Eric Holcomb, our governor here in Indiana, last week he decided to go on over to Ukraine. Yep, let's go over to Ukraine and see what's going on over there instead of worrying about the illegal immigration problems that we're having here. There's a few things I figured out about the immigration, and this could be, I guess, considered a conspiracy theory because there's no real way of proving what I'm going to say as of now. But everywhere that the illegal immigrants are being shipped to, and when I say shipped, I mean shipped. That is what's happening. They're getting put on buses, they're getting put on planes, and so on and so forth, and they're just getting dropped off in these neighborhoods. There are large corporations everywhere, even in Springfield, Ohio. Large corporations that need workers. This is this immigration, it has to be done by lobbyists. That's the only thing that makes sense, and our Republican governors aren't doing a dang thing about it, and it's likely because they're getting fed money. Everybody loves money. But Eric Holcomb, while ignoring what's going on in our state, he is in Ukraine. And I went through his page. I wanted to see what all of this is about. He's also in Japan. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with making international relationships with your state for business. That's a good idea. Kudos for that. But going over to Ukraine and then posting something as stupid as this. Oh my Lord, how stupid is this? In 2023, Indiana exported $25 million worth of goods to Ukraine, including transportation equipment and chemicals, while importing $5 million in primary metals and electronics. Okay, I own a small business. 25 million exported, imported 5 million. We lost $20 million, Indiana. $20 million. Where did that money go? Or how do you post something so stupid, as stupid as this, and think, yeah, they're going to like that. They're going to like that. I know that we don't have to go to school in Indiana until we're 7 years old, but this is absolutely ridiculous. $25 million of our goods exported, likely our taxpayers' dollars, sent over to Ukraine to help with this ongoing war, which never would have started if NATO would have kept their promises and stayed away from Russia. But yeah, okay, good idea. Really good idea. I also have some little conspiracy theory running around in my brain, and I say conspiracy theory because I can't prove it as fact, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't seem true. Every country that we've been taught to think is a bad country, Russia, China, so on and so forth, they have all been countries that are not on the USD or the euro. They're always inside of their own monetary system. And I find that very interesting that every time somebody's on their own monetary system, they're bad guys. Super bad guys. We can even dive into, like, if you wanted to get really funky, and I'll make a video on this later, the Bolsheviks revolution in Russia, that all seems to be monetary system issues. These guys won't allow us to do things we want to do, so we're going to fund a coup, and then they get taken over. We've seen it a million times. That's how America plays ball. So this guy goes over while ignoring everything going on. Oh, and one of the main points that I wanted to make about immigration is also that they're all saying, all of these governors are saying, well, it's a federal issue. It's a federal issue. Okay, well, legislators, make it a state issue. That's what we're asking. If you are a Republican or a Democrat and you are in office and you've been an elected official, make this a state issue. You can do that. You just have to vote on it. I mean, how many things have we seen that were federal and then became state. Colorado, marijuana. They decided it was a state issue. And yes, it was still federally legal or illegal, sorry, but they weren't doing anything about it because the state had decided this is what we're going to do. We're going to allow people to smoke marijuana. So this can happen. It might be a little bit of a, I don't know, rough transition, but it is legal to do, or it can be done. Let me just say that. So good job on spending $25 million and getting only $5 million in electronics and primary metals in return. Really, really, really smart guy. Yeah, idiot. What an idiot. Who's calling me? My wife is calling me. Give me 1 second. I'll be back. Sorry about that. When the wife calls, you answer. No. Oh my God, you're a part of them now. No, you spent my money on that disgusting pig, Rhino. You do realize what this does to the Hoosier spirit, right? 100%. We don't trust you anymore, you idiot. We're not going to vote for you. If you vote for Eric Holcomb, you are voting for this. This is what you're voting for. He has tricked us. He is a fool. What are we doing over in the Oblast area? Signing agreements to strengthen our academic, economical development, and cultural connections. What does that mean? How about you show us the paper you signed? What have we signed up for? And how much money are you getting for it? What else? This is still him. So yeah, here in Indiana, instead of taking care of his state, he is going to go over to Ukraine, and then he's going to go to Japan and build economical ties. Again, building ties, sure, that sounds good, but when your ties turn into $25 million exported, $5 million imported, and then you put it on the internet and you think that you're doing something, well, you've shown me, sir, that you are a fool. We're sick of our tax money going to Ukraine, another rhino. Who's texting me? Oh, this is a busy, busy morning. Let's see. Quit sending our money to Ukraine and Israel. Oh, we're sending money to Israel too? Our tax dollars to Israel? Interesting. Maybe this is why our taxes keep going up, because our property taxes here went up. I'm sure your property taxes have gone up. Is it because we need to fund a war that we shouldn't be any part of? Indiana does not support Ukraine. We support America, and that's what we should be doing. I want to jump over to the stuff going on in Springfield, Ohio. Another phone call. I'm back again. So yeah. Let's jump over to the Springfield thing. This Springfield issue is absolutely insane. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine is sending $2.5 million in state troopers to Springfield after illegal immigrants take over. So here's what he said about that. First off, thank you, Trump, for making this national, putting this Springfield, Ohio thing out nationally. Please do see more next. That would be great. I know he said once he gets into office, the deportations are going to start in Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield. So we need to make sure that Seymour gets on national news. People need to know what's going on in Seymour. Next week, it looks like I'm going to have the opportunity to come to Seymour. I think my work schedule is going to allow it, and I'm going to come over for a day, and I am just going to talk to people on the street and see what's going on and drive through some of the worst neighborhoods and see what those look like and feel like. So yeah. There have been a lot of crashes. That's what people are talking about. More than the ducks and more than the cats and more than the dogs being eaten for lunch. People are talking about the people driving. These people from Haiti can't drive. And all they have to do in Ohio is show that they have, that they're of age. And then they get a driver's license. Well, hold on a second. That's weird, because I remember when I lived in Ohio, I had to take a class. I had to take a driving test. And then I had to pass all of that. And then you get your driver's license. No, not if you're from Haiti. You can have your driver's license as long as you're of legal age. Yes, that's happening. Fact check it. That's what's happening. These people are just allowed to get driver's license. So not only do they get our tax dollars, but they also have more privilege than us because, well, they have to be able to get to work. They have to get to those corporations. Yeah, fantastic. Lovely. So Trump says, what's going on in Springfield? Everybody says it's a lie. Now a bunch of money is getting sent over to Springfield. Really interesting. Mike DeWine, you loser. Another rhino. Okay, so here's the thing. Republicans and MAGA are not the same. We're not the same. MAGA says we want our country to be better. We want to take it back and get it outside of this uniparty system that you guys have it stuck in. So yeah, You guys are just not what we're looking for. All right? Okay. These dramatic surges impact every citizen of the community, every citizen, Mike DeWine said, noting additional influx are occurring in Findlay and Lima, Ohio. So more areas are being overtaken. And they said that, well, it's a federal issue. We can't deport them. So a part of it is the president that you guys voted in. I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure you have more than a brain cell. But the smooth brains all voted for Biden because, well, we need somebody more presidential. You know what I really don't like is these old people. If you're one of those old people that I've seen on TV, they go, he just doesn't talk very presidential. All right, well, sit down, Bernice, because we don't really care if he talks presidential. What we care about is he going to take care of our country? I know you're on your way out, sweetie. I know you'll probably be in hospice in the next 3.5 weeks. But we still have children to raise in this country. So, Bernice, how about this? How about you sit this one out? And if he doesn't talk presidential enough, I'd like to see a historical black president. You already had Obama. Well, she's a woman. Don't care. If Trump was a woman and Trump was as good as Trump is, I would vote for the woman Trump. It has nothing to do with, well, if it's a man or if it's a woman. You guys are so smooth-brained that I can't stand it. And here's what I think it is. I think the news used to be reliable and not propaganda. And so these people grew up with like CNN, MSNBC, ABC, whatever it might be. And they were always told somewhat of the truth, somewhat. And now that it's switched and it's turned into propaganda, it's done it without a trigger warning or a warning sign. And they don't know. And they don't care enough to research things on their own, or they don't know how to use a computer. If you're over the age of 50 and you're still voting for Democrats, you are an idiot. As simple as that. You might be academically smart, but you don't understand the world. And see, I do notice that a lot of Democrats come from privileged families. You're either privileged family or you're in the bottom echelon of it, and you've been told your entire life that you're supposed to vote Democrat because they're going to help you get out of that crabs out of the bucket. They're going to help you stop being poor. They're going to take more care of you. All right, enough of that rant. So, there was a lady talking about how her mother got ran over. Let's go back. Here she is.
Everyone is talking.
She got ran over by an illegal immigrant while taking out her trash. And I just want to check this out real quick, and I'm going to end the video because I got to go pick up my babies, and we're going to go do some fun stuff today. So let's check this out.
About the death of ducks and cats in this town, but I'd like to talk about the death of one very special person, my mother-in-law, Kathy Heaton.
Sorry, her mother-in-law.
On December 1st, I received a phone call that changed my life forever. She was collecting her trash can from her driveway when a car struck and killed her instantly. A task she had done over 2,000 times, spanning 4 decades in Springfield. That morning, though, a Haitian immigrant was allegedly driving recklessly when he struck and killed her. I say allegedly because to this day, there's been no punishment, not even for the expired tags on the vehicle he was...
No punishment. I can't run into somebody and kill them and not have... You know where this is going. You know what I'm going to say.
Was driving. Months before she was killed, I began noticing the reckless driving and complete disregard for our driving laws by some members of the Haitian community. It made me angry. But now my anger has turned to fear for the safety of my family and the citizens of Springfield. I'd been to Haiti 14 years ago. My husband and I went, and it was my first time in a third world country. I sobbed when I saw the poverty living there, and I have great empathy and compassion for them.
I'm just simply stopping the video for copyright issues. I don't know if this will get me a strike, so, okay, we're back.
Them, longing for a safe place to call home. But 14 years later, I'm living in fear in my own city. It's not safe. I am paralyzed with anxiety when I'm getting my children out of the car in any parking lot, walking on any sidewalk, and driving on any road in this town. I'm haunted by the faces I saw when I had to bear the news to my children and husband that she was dead. Their grandmother, the very person who tucked my 7-year-old twins into bed just 6 hours before on her 71st birthday, was never coming back. What everyone has feared is my reality, and it's my grief, and it should be yours as well. It saddens me greatly to think about leaving a place I've made a home, raised my children, became an active member of this community by providing medical care to the underprivileged and underserved, volunteering, serving on boards, and cheering for the success of the city. But just as the Haitians were seeking a safe place to call home, I now have found myself in that same situation, wanting to abandon the city and all my efforts.
People talk about white flight. Oh, white people move when blacks come in, or white people move when Mexicans come in, or what? No. White people move when it's no longer safe in their neighborhood. That is what it is. It has nothing to do with skin color. And if we're talking statistics, well, do you guys want to talk statistics? How about we do a statistics video later? The neighborhood usually goes downhill. Not because of the skin color, but because of the character of the people moving in. And right now, you can make this race. You can say, oh, they're moving because there's black people. No, that's what they would do. They would say white flight happened because there was black people moving in. No, it's white flight because the neighborhood's no longer safe. The black thing is just a secondary issue. So it says prosecutors decided, I'm going to highlight that, not to charge the driver, 38, Robinson Lewis. He was reportedly him driving or whatever with expired tags. They didn't feel that anything was prosecutable. We don't know why. The only fact is that I know there are two prosecutors met and felt there was no charges to be filed. We were devastated. So, long story short, Americans, you are not being cared for. You're not being protected. They want your tax dollars. And they're going to give all of it to everybody else. So, yeah, fantastic. Happy Saturday. Thank you for checking out my channel. I'll have more for you as soon as I can. And Seymour, I'm going to be on my way, baby. I'm on my way. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what's going on. And let's make it national. So Trump hears about it. Let's get it in Trump's ear. Let's get it all over the national news. Figure out what's going on. And until next time, thank you so much. Would you like, share, subscribe? It means a lot to me if you would. All right.
But I know the cool stealing. Went and rigged an election, think that we wouldn't notice. You're about to find